So I promised to do a little video on Uncle Spike's little Fiesta. We started this, when was that, like 2000, when did you buy it? It must be 2005, 2004 maybe? Must be around there. So he's owned the car, it's a Mk1 Fiesta, it's a base model, isn't it? It's like a Popular or something.
L, I think.
An L, yeah. And it was beige, bought it off a local guy. Hi Bobby! So initially, you started it, didn't you, by putting a, was it Z-Tech initially?
It was, yeah.
It was like a Z-Tech conversion initially. Then you sort of got most of the way through it, and then you went and had a ridiculous accident and smashed his leg up and nearly died in Finland.
Yes, it was.
He was in a coma for a couple of weeks or something.
Good
ridiculous because he's an absolute pleb, yeah, so don't go skiing. Anyway, he sort of came back with a bad leg and just said, I really want that car done. So we just sort of went and hit into it, didn't we? Like, and it was finished in 2007?
I think so.
It's 2007, so it had at the time the ST170 engine with the 6-speed box still in it. It was fully caged, a couple of bucket seats on it. We had, it was on Gen Vs.
48s, yeah.
Twin 48 Gen Vs, LSD in the gearbox. It was one of the first Mk1 Fiestas with that engine, let alone the 6-speed box, because the engine was still, you know, not current, but it had only been around for a few years. Not many people. Yeah, it was still expensive. Yeah, they ain't worth nothing no more. So Uncle Spike decided that what he was going to do was, because it kind of like wasn't used, was it? It was this track car that had slowly become worth more and more money, and it wasn't being used. It was very raw, it was very noisy, which was cool, but it don't make for a nice drive around, does it? It's not something you go for a little drive round in.
Absolutely horrendous.
It was very noisy and very raw. So it sat, and you had it just years, didn't you? It might just go for an MOT. Had it years and years, just go for an MOT, do nothing more. So decided that actually make it a bit more palatable.
A bit more friendly.
A bit more friendly, like as a road car. So to bring it into the modern world, essentially, somewhat. So current state of affairs is as it stands now. So it is fully caged. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll keep talking, but I'll do another video which will go over the top of it in a minute, like a view. So it's running the 1.6 Ecoboost engine, which is here. That is coupled to the DQ250, the Volkswagen Audi gearbox fitted to Audi S3s and such like. Transfer box is on this vehicle, on this engine gearbox setup, still there. Uncle Spike has fitted the, you know, it's still in the, it's a current state. It's video one really. We've never really, because originally it was like done on forums and stuff back when we started doing this. So we're just doing a video really to just give you up to where we're at. So we've got this is the Holdex, like the V1, isn't it? Holdex out of like an S3 8L.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is all tied into. Uncle Spike's put all this tied into the with the roll cage, and it's turreted on the rear end. Absolutely. What struts are these? Rear struts?
They are.
Are they Mondeo ones?
R53 fronts.
Oh, R53, like mini front shocks, of course. So obviously this is all going to be like boxed in at some point, and Uncle Spike's just started doing a tunnel now, which you can see down through, which brings the prop shaft through.
And the rad's going here as well.
Oh, and the radiator is going just here also. So because you've kind of run out of room at the front.
Yeah.
So yeah, R53 rear front shocks. Yeah, R53 front shocks in the rear. That's a nice car. Race car.
With Mondeo 4x4 hubs.
Yeah, because I got loads of Mondeo stuff which you went down and just basically rinsed all my bits,
yeah,
which will never be used anyway. So, and we happened to go down there this morning as well and found
another one.
Shitloads of Mondeo 4-wheel drive stuff. So yeah, that's equipped with Mondeo 4-wheel drive Mk1 rear discs and hubs, R53 mini front struts in the rear, turreted and adjustable fully. Those are comp brake ones.
Yes.
Lovely. And there's Uncle Spike's tunnel. Again, like it's sort of in play at the moment. It's not yeah, it's in progress. So you probably from here also you can see where he's to make room for the engine, and obviously wanted to, as I say, bring it to the modern world, like power steering. So Uncle Spike has got a Honda Civic EP3 steering rack. That will again be boxed in from this side. That is actually linked into his roll cage again there, which goes down and round and holds his column on there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm really rubbish at this YouTube
rear
stuff.
suspension mounts as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah, your lower suspension arms there.
Also tied in the chassis rail underneath.
Tied into the original chassis rail because the original front suspension is completely missing and gone.
Yes.
It's now got custom lower arms that you've made tubular.
Yes.
Can we see them? We can we? Not really.
I'm going to turn off steering.
Yeah, if we turn Uncle Spike's going to go and turn the steering. So Uncle Spike has, again, we turreted these long time ago. This would have been done originally, wouldn't it? These ones.
Yes.
But you have changed these top mounts now to something a bit different. And I see it's now linked in through there because you had to change that because that's now different angles where you've changed this roll cage. Yeah. I'm guessing. So hopefully we can see these lower arms now. Maybe. Oh, there we go. They're nice and yellow, tubular. So these are essentially attached to EP3
Front hubs,
Honda Civic front hubs
and shocks
and shock absorbers.
and steering rack.
And steering rack. So the whole turning arrangement on the front is Honda Civic EP3, and the steering rack you can kind of just catch there. That is just mounted on the front of the bulkhead essentially. You can see the lower arms in through there also as well. But obviously, again, like a lot of this is still to be done. It's part way through. But so that's kind of where we're at the moment. So idea is, are we keeping these wheels on, Spike, or are we using the comp motors?
I don't know. I think the comp motors might end up on the AX.
Oh, the comp motors might end up on the AX. Right? They're my favourite wheels of all time, and I really love them. And I don't care what they go on; they're going to look amazing. They don't fit the Jag, though, sadly. So yeah, that's kind of where Uncle Spike's at with that. That is how she stands at the moment, rolling, steering, and he's just fabricating in the evenings, bits and pieces, just to finish it every little bit off. So, essentially, what we hoping to get out of that engine? 300?
Yeah,
so around about 300 horse, 4-wheel drive. I reckon it should, and these weigh absolutely nothing. I reckon you've added in more than it actually weighed from new.
The gearbox.
Yeah, bloody DQ250 is like is hideous weight. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Nothing more to be said at this point, is there? No. It's fairly different from anything else I've seen. Not that that's particularly relevant because it's
obviously going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, got a nice new carbon roof. Which way was that? They did that. Autoflock. Yeah, like it was genuinely amazing. Like the finish is like nothing I've ever seen. You had to drive all the way up to bloody North Wales, didn't you, to pick it up? But honestly, this roof is just fantastic, and we're looking forward to like cutting the roof off so that you can do all your top bits on the cage and that you've sort of added in. So yeah, but as I say, DSG 4-wheel drive. We're still sort of up in arms a bit about management and stuff, but that's my bag, I suppose. But I'm guessing we'll end up with Civex or something. But yeah, so yeah, that really is episode 1 of the Fiesta. I know it's sort of a bit of a amalgamated mess really, but we're only just sort of getting into YouTube. We've historically just done little project threads, haven't we, and build threads if we can be asked. But we're slowly getting into it, so hopefully the next time Uncle Spike's doing something, we'll actually video him doing something. Usually if it's something big, we both end up down doing something, but at the moment most of it's Uncle Spike completely, because he'll just come out here and fiddle, won't you, Uncle Spike? Yeah, get
throw tools and swear.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's episode 1 of the Mk1 Fiesta Quattro. I hope you've enjoyed it. Uncle Spike's going to enjoy finishing it off.
In a few years.
Yeah, probably a couple of years to be fair, won't it? But yeah, so this is why when I come down with all my bits and pieces, because Uncle Spike, we've got to put this in here and do this. Uncle Spike loves a bit of fabricating, so lucky boy, isn't you?
Yay.
So yeah, there you go. Thanks ever so much. Like I say, if you want to see how this is progressing, just like and subscribe. If you just fancy Uncle Spike, fancy a bit of it, like and subscribe. Or even better, if you fancy keeping up with the Jag and how we're getting on racing, then like and subscribe. But we'll see you all soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.